All right, in this first video part, I just want to share a recap. So that way, when you see me using certain things in the terminal, you know exactly what commands I'm using and why I'm using them. So I'm going to open the terminal by using the shortcut key of Control-Alt-T. And we're going to go full screen. First thing I want to share is pwd, which just means print working directory. And we can see we're in the home/justcurt directory. So that's the current path that I'm in. Now, if I want to see within that directory, I can do ls, which is list, and we can see additional items here. So the blue items are going to be folders here, and these white items are going to be actual files. All right, so the next thing I want to look into is, let's say we want to actually move into one of these folders or directories. We can do cd, which means change directory. We're going to go into documents. And again, we can do ls if we want to list everything inside. And we can also run pwd, and we can see that we're now in the documents folder path or directory path. So we have notes and scripts, which are also folders. So we can also run a cd into notes, which is change directory, hit enter. Again, we can do pwd just to confirm. There we are. We'll run list ls command one more time. And we can see delete this file and terminal tools, both txt files. And from here, if we want to move back, we can do cd ... which will move us back one folder. And let's go back to notes here. If we want to go back two directories, we can do cd ... and that'll take us all the way back to the beginning here. And we can run pwd one more time. And we see /home/justcurt. So we're right back where we started here. And the main commands that I just wanted to share with you is pwd, ls, and cd to move forward in directories, cd ... to move back one, and .. to move back two. Last item here is going to be clear. So we can clear our screen. And of course, if you see me exit, I can just actually type in exit to close back out. So that's going to be it for this one. In the next video part, we're actually going to start running through some of those fun, useful, or helpful commands. Okay, this first one that I want to share is going to be neofetch. And when we run that, that will fetch the system information. On the left-hand side, we do have our Zorin OS ASCII art logo. We have our computer name here at the top. OS, the host, we see our kernel version, and if we move down, we can see resolution, followed by the theme, icons, terminal, CPU, GPU, and memory. Under memory, we can see that we can view both what's in use as well as total available for this machine. Now, if you want to install neofetch on your device and you're running a Debian system like I am, you can do sudo apt install neofetch, hit enter, type in your secret password, and let it fly. So I'm going to do Control-C to back out of that. We're going to clear this here, and that's it for this one. All right, in this one, we're going to go ahead and share htop, which stands for Hierarchical Top or Hisham's top, Hisham being the last name of the individual who created the tool. And we're going to go ahead and hit enter. And right here in this first section, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. This is our CPU breakdown. We have 4 total cores, so we can see that here. And we can see the percentage breakdown on those individual cores. Next, we have our memory, so we can see our loadout bar here. We have 1.23 gigs in use out of the 8 gigabyte total that we currently have. We have swap memory, and we do have 2 gigabytes allocated for that, but nothing in use at this current time. Tasks are at 101, 203 threads, load average shown here, uptime shown here, and processes active running here, followed by the process ID. And if we want to back out, we could just do Control-C to back out. And if you'd like to install and you're on a Debian style device like I am, we can do sudo apt install htop, type in your super secret password, fire that off and let it roll. I'm going to do Control C to back out, clear, and that's it for this one. Okay, next one we're going to run is btop, which stands for Bashtop or Better Top, and we're going to hit enter. And we can see here, top area, we have CPU usage. So in this open section here where we see these dots coming out, we will eventually get an ASCII art representation of the CPU usage. Over here on the right hand side, we have our overall CPU usage followed by each individual core. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have our load average right here. Next, we have our memory, so we can review our total memory, followed by used, available, cached, and free. Moving over, we have our disks. So in this top area, we have our physical storage drive space, our swap memory storage that is aligned. So we have 2 gigabytes here, and our EFI partition shown here. Moving down, we have our network usage statistics. So again, we get an ASCII art representation shown here. We get the download and the upload speeds. And moving over in this last area, we have the processes area, so we can see the processes running and the associated process ID. So if we want to back out, we can do Control C. And if you're running on a Debian style device, you can do sudo apt install btop to go ahead and install this tool. Hit enter, type in your super secret password. I'm going to go ahead and back out, Control C, and we're going to clear. That's it for this one. Okay, this next one we're going to use is DUF or DUF, stands for disk usage free. So let's go ahead and hit enter. And we see 2 breakdowns here. This top section is going to be the physical storage partitions on this device. And this bottom section here is going to be the virtual system mounts, which is used internally by Linux. And in these tables, we can see the size, what's used, what's available, and the percent of use. So let me clear this out. And of course, if you're using a Debian style device, we can install by sudo apt install duf, hit enter, type in that super secret password. I'm going to go ahead and back out, and I'm going to clear once again. And that's it for disk usage free. All right, before we jump into this next one, we need to change our current directory. So right now I'm going to do pwd, print working directory. We see I'm in the home just curt location. Let's list everything out there, ls. And I want to change into documents. So we see documents right here. So I'm going to do cd documents, spell that correctly. And we're going to go ahead and list the contents here again. So we see notes and scripts. And now what I want to do is run our next command, which is going to be ncdu, which stands for NCurses disk usage. And this is kind of cool because we can navigate through our directory within the terminal, just like this. So we can see the same 2 folders here, scripts and notes, but we can also see the size of those folders. So we have 20 kilobytes in scripts and 12 in notes. So I'm going to use the arrow key to go down to notes. I'm going to press enter. And then from here, we have 2 files, terminaltools.txt and delete this file.txt. Again, we're using the arrow keys. And on delete this file.txt, well, I want to delete this file. So I'm going to hit the character letter D. And from here, we confirm our delete choice, either yes, no, or don't ask me again. I want it to always ask me, so I'm going to move over to yes. And we see all we have remaining is terminaltools.txt, but now we want to go back, so we can select backspace, and we can see our 2 folder options of scripts and notes. However, notice we went from 12 down to 8 once we deleted that 4 kilobyte file. And from here, we can back out by doing Control C. And of course, we can clear everything on our screen here. And if we want to go back, cd ... remember that takes us back. And we can see we're in home just curt. So of course, from here, if you want to install ncdu, you would do sudo apt install ncdu. Again, this is if you're on a Debian style device. And hit enter. type in your super secret password, which I already have it installed. So I'm going to back out of this, hit clear, and that's it for this one. All right, before we use this next one, we need to change our directory here. So I'm going to run pwd print working directory. We're in the home just Kurt directory. From here, I want to list the contents of where I'm at, and I want to move into the documents directory. So cd documents, and list the contents out here again. We have two folders, notes and scripts. So I'm going to cd to notes and list out one more time. And we have terminal tools.txt. Now let's go ahead and run our next item, which is going to be Nano. This is a terminal style text editor. And we're going to go ahead and hit enter. We see our text editor opened up here. And this is Nano, a simple text editor. And this is a simple file. Now from here, I can hit Control O, bring our attention to the bottom where it says file name to write. We're going to do new underscore file.txt, hit enter, and then as it shows here, Control X to get out. We can do ls one more time, and we see new underscore file.txt. Now again, if we want to get back into that file, we could just do nano followed by the name. And there we are. And we can add items or remove items. So we can hit Control O. That's the file name. We're good with that. We hit enter, Control X, hit ls. We still have our item there. And just a small addition, we're going to use concatenate, and this will actually output the file contents into the terminal. So we're going to do cat, which is short for concatenate, followed by the file name. So new file.txt, hit enter, and we see here, this is Nano, a simple text editor, and this is a simple file. Add items, remove items, and that's pretty much it for this one. So we're gonna go ahead and clear out, and cd .. That'll take us back to the original directory, and we can confirm that with pwd. We are back at home, just Kurt. And of course, Nano typically comes with Linux, so you won't have to actually go in and do any kind of install there. And clear out. That's it for this one. Okay, so before we use the next tool or item, I need to change our current working directory. So we're going to do pwd, just take a look where we're at, list the contents inside, and I want to change into pictures. So we'll do change directory, pictures, list the contents once again, and from here we can see all the images located in the pictures directory. And we're going to use the ImageMagick tool to do three things. We're going to resize, we're going to flip an image, and we'll even combine two images together. So we're going to go ahead and start with resizing. And what I want to do first is get a look at the image of pixel art.png. So we'll open pixel art. We can see the image here, how large it is, what it looks like. Let's close out of this, hit Control C. And from here, we're going to go ahead and do convert. And we're going to do pixel underscore art.png dash resize. So we're resizing right now. Let's do something like 300 by 300. And we'll do pixel underscore resize dot png. So we have the original image here, what we're doing, followed by the size, followed by the new output of that image. Hit enter. Let's do ls, take a look inside. And we see here, pixel resize, pixel art. So I'm going to do open pixel underscore resize dot png. And look how small that is compared to the original photo here. So we're going to go ahead and close out of this. Control C once again. Let's just clear everything out of the screen. Hit list. And next thing I would like to do is flip the image. So what we'll do is convert pixel art.png, and we're going to flip. We'll do pixel underscore flip.png. So same thing, original image, what we're doing, output. Hit enter. We'll list the contents once again. So we see pixel flip right here, and we're going to do open pixel underscore flip.png. And now we can see it has flipped completely upside down. So a vertical flip. Let's close this out and Control C again. Now we're going to do what's called the flop, which will do a horizontal flip. So now we're going to do convert pixel underscore art.png dash flop pixel underscore flop.png. Hit ls, and we see pixel flip, pixel flop. So let's do open pixel underscore flop. Maybe if I could type. And we have our resized. Let me go to our original here. Sorry, original, flip, flop, and resize. So now that we can see little girl's on the left and the original, she was on the right. So let's go ahead and close this. And this is a representation of me and my daughter working on a PC together. Let's close this. Control C. Let's clear this again. ls, let's list the contents. And now we want to combine two images side by side. So what I'm going to do is take maybe the pixel flip and pixel flop, and we could put them side by side, or we could even do one of these small logos here. So let's actually do that. Let's do open mailfence.png. So we're going to open this one here. Just take a look. So we have the mail fence logo, and we have the Proton logo right here. So we're going to combine these two together. So close this, Control C, and we're going to do convert. We're going to add our first image. So we could do mailfence.png, and then we'll do proton.png, or is it proton mail? It is proton mail. And then we'll do plus append, and then combined underscore mail.png. So first item, second item, adding them side by side, and new output. Hit enter. And now we're going to do ls, locate the combined mail right here. And we're going to go ahead and open combined underscore mail.png. And now we have both of those icons side by side. So let's go ahead and close this. Control C. Let's stack them on top of one another so we can do the same thing. Convert. Actually here, let's pull up our history right here. So we're going to do convert, and we're going to do mail fence and proton, but instead of the plus append, we're going to do minus append. We're going to call this combined mail underscore 2.png. Hit enter. Let's take a look inside. So we see our new item here. Now let's do open combined underscore mail underscore 2.png. And now they're stacked one on top of the other. And the previous was side by side. So this is plus append, and this is minus append. And Control C. Let's clear that out. Let's go back, and that's it for this one. So of course, if you want to install, you can do sudo apt install ImageMagick, and go ahead and hit enter. Type in your super secret password. I already have it installed, so I'm going to go ahead and clear my screen. And that's it for this one. All right, so this next one is going to be kind of like a novelty share, if you will. So before I show you, I want to change into a different directory. So we're going to use pwd, take a look where we're at, print working directory. We're going to list the contents, so ls, and then we're going to go ahead and change into documents. So cd, documents, enter. And now here, let's say I wanted to list out the contents, but instead of typing ls, I type sl, hit enter. And we get this cool little steam train or steam locomotive, which is SL. And just kind of fun way to say, hey, slow down. And right here at the bottom, we can see returns back to our terminal. We can hit clear. And of course, cd ... go back. And if you want to install this on a Debian machine like I'm using here, we can do sudo apt install sl, enter, type in that super secret password. I'm going to go back out. Hit clear, and that is it for this one. Okay, this next one is another novelty share, so cool retro term for terminal, and this will pop open an old school CRT style terminal emulator, and we're going to go ahead and go full screen here, and this will let us do things like we would normally in our terminal. So we can do pwd, print working directory. We can list the contents. We can even change directories. And we can go back. Now, if we want to change how this looks, we can always right click, go into settings, let's drag this over a bit here, and we can change to maybe default amber. And then you would just select load. Same thing down here. We can go to the IBM computer, hit load. And I'll go back to monochrome green. That's what I had originally. Hit load. And you can change some of these other additional settings here. But of course, I do like the full effect that it provides. And I'm going to go ahead and close out. And if I want to close this emulator and go back to the default terminal, I can just type in exit. And there we go. We're back in the default terminal. Let's hit clear. And of course, if you're on a Debian machine, you can sudo apt install cool retro term, enter, type that password in. I'm going to clear that out. And that's it for this one. Okay, this one here is going to be our first terminal game. So we're going to do Ninvaders. And of course, this is very similar to Space Invaders. We could just hit the space button to start. And we're going to use the arrow keys. We are the little ship at the bottom here, the little red one. And we're going to use the space bar to fire back until all ships are destroyed. And of course, that is pretty much it for this one. So we'll just do Control C. We'll hit clear. And of course, if you want to install this one, it is sudo apt install Ninvaders. Hit enter, type in your super secret password. I'm going to hit clear. And that is it for this one. All right, so this is going to be our last item and our second terminal style game. So this one is going to be Bastet, which is similar to Tetris here. We're going to go ahead and hit yes on the play normal version. So just hit enter. And then of course we can use the arrow keys to maneuver the shapes coming down and spacebar to rotate. And I'll do this last one here, and that's pretty much it for this. So Control C, we'll clear that. And likewise, if you would like to install, sudo apt install bastet, hit enter, type in your super secret password, and that's it for this one, and that's it for the video.